Hello, Kristen. I'm so glad we get to talk.
Hi, me too. This is great.
What are we doing today?
We are celebrating the launch of Busting the Scarcity Mindset. So excited.
Oh, delightful. Big, big hugs to you. So grateful to you as a co author and to you, our listener and our party attender. We are at the end of our launch day for Busting the Scarcity Mindset, as Kristen said. It has been about a year in the process, Kristen.
Yes, almost
So
exactly a year.
okay, well, I love it.
Mhm.
We thought about it, we wrote it, we wrote it, we wrote it some more, we edited it, and now we're here. And the Kindle version is live today. And we are very grateful to be in the top 10 in personal finance on Amazon.
Woohoo! It's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yep. 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 And that's all organic, like nothing special other than loving on you guys and doing the good work that we've been doing and letting people know and helping with this really age old idea of busting scarcity out of our thoughts because it is something that has been around forever. So, Kristen, what was your thought when I opened the idea of this book?
I loved it. I was so thrilled to co-author it with you and to do all the research and interview people and interview you and get all the details. I think just having a mindset of prosperity and moving forward in our daily lives and noticing when we fall into a scarcity mindset, because it's not a matter of if but when, we all do it. It's human nature, but it's knowing what to do to get out of that. And so I love that we wrote a book that helps people do that, get out of that scarcity mindset and into one of prosperity.
Absolutely. Well, when I rebranded our company and came up with the prosperity thinkers idea, which frankly, I was a little surprised that URL was even available.
Yeah.
It was it was just something that was I love the word prosperity. I've used that in my branding since the beginning of time, but I was ready for a fresh brand new name, ready to just update things. And so this prosperity thinkers came about and okay, fine. And we've gone along with that 3-4 years now. It's been that we maybe even 5 that we did that branding. And then I was aware that you were writing, we've stayed in touch over the years. And I was conscious that I wanted to work on a book in this space. And I remember going, I think I saw your email. And so, Joyful Communications, I remember going to your website thinking, first of all, oh my gosh, Joyful Communications, love that word. And then I saw your Colby, and then I saw your strengths, and it was decision made. I was so, so grateful to be asking you to help me with this project.
Yes. It's been truly a joy to work with you, Kim. I love the way we work together.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And you and I have a couple other projects brewing. So we're excited
Ooh,
about that too.
yeah.
All right. Well, we promised 5. I got both hands here going, but that's 10. 5 specific tips from the book. And Kristen, holy cow, I love the research that you did. It just gave so much oomph to ideas that you and I had in our heads, but there is some real proof there. And in these 5 specific tips that we're going to share with you today and our launch party, we are going to help you with these tips that you can implement immediately. And we so encourage you to share them with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, because when you can get a community going on this kind of thinking, you absolutely will get even better results. Like you can do it on your own, absolutely keep it in. Just do it with your own mindset. There's lots of good results that you can get, but you can get even better results when you involve others because what we're thinking and what we're saying, what's coming out of our mouths, have such a huge impact on then what happens literally in the rest of that day and in our lives. So, the first tip that I'm going to share is the idea of proactive gratitude. In other words, expressing gratitude before you're receiving it. And my favorite story on this that is not in the book is at a time around 10 years ago when I was creating a lot of events where people, 50 people in the room would, oh, there's some party. Hey,
Woohoo, it's a
cool.
party.
I love it. 50, 100 people in the room and people on the stage, et cetera, et cetera. I asked the community at the event, the people that were attending the event, to give the speakers a standing ovation before they gave their talk.
Oh, I
And
love that.
so it was so cool. Thank you. It was unique because the speakers were not used to that. It was special because the human beings in the room that are sitting in a conference room all day, we've all been to events like this, get another chance to stand up, right? And a lot of times we had just come back from break. So you sit down, then the speaker gets introduced, and back up you are again. So when we're moving our physical bodies, we get more juice flowing. And it was a way to give gratitude to the speaker ahead of time before they spoke, to let them know that not only were we grateful for them, but we had them in our backs as the attendants in the event, and that we were so happy to be sitting in front of their presentation, listening to them, that we knew it was going to be good. I mean, these are all the things that a standing ovation says, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my example. Now I know you've got a tip as well.
Yeah. So my tip is to invest in yourself. So one of the things that I think we forget sometimes is that if we don't take care of ourselves, put our own oxygen mask on first, we can't take care of anybody else. And so it's not possible to build a business, build a family, build wealth if you're not taking care of yourself and investing in yourself. So it's really important, whatever that means for you, whether that's investing in a book, like Busting the Scarcity Mindset, or investing in a course or a coach, or joining a networking group, whatever feels like it invests in you and your growth is really going to help you. That's your best and biggest investment that you can make. It will help you grow your wealth exponentially. So
Mm.
I've found that to be true for myself and my business. And I would highly recommend that, and if you're uncertain, maybe take a little time and just jot down a few ideas of how you would like to invest in yourself. Like what would be ideal for you that maybe you haven't explored yet. Yeah.
And that's wonderful, because investing in ourselves can be done without money, right? It can be done
Yeah.
with time, it can be done with relationships, all kinds of
Mhm.
things. So cool. All right, the third tip. So we're sharing five. That I wanted to share is that we want to feed our brain wisely. So please, please be so purposeful about what you're putting in that brain. And we need to have a quick shout out. Thank you, Debbie, for finding confetti for a live
Yes.
stream. I love it.
You're the best, Debbie.
Oh, so cool. And we know we've got some other team members helping as well. Cole, Teresa, Rayanne, Katie, Gabe, Carrie, I think they're all involved. Todd, I know, is so super cool. Thank you. Thank you. So please, in the morning, pay very close attention to what you're putting in your brain. Please, in the night before you go to sleep, pay very close attention to what you're putting in the brain. What is going on in this feed, right? We pay close attention to what we're feeding our bodies. We've all finally learned that, holy cow, when I eat this, I don't feel good. And when I eat this, I feel better. And that's individual to each person. Well, same is true of what we're feeding our brain. Some people really, really need that news. That's fine if that works for you, but be conscious of when you're taking in the news. For me, I did a news diet a long time ago. I've been on a news fast literally for almost the last 30 years. I actually learned the idea from Dan Sullivan and implemented it almost immediately. And that's just for me, right? So I pay attention to what I'm doing, what I'm feeding my brain. And I also work very hard to start my days and in my days with, in the morning, something very spiritual or inspirational, in the evening based on gratitude. And sometimes if I can squish it in around the noon hour, I will try to pick up a quick book like Busting Scarcity Mindset and read a tip or two. And I love how we've written the book, because at the end of each chapter are very specific, tiny, actionable steps that you can take, and they will give you what you want to feed your brain wisely. Kristen, I know you've got another one.
Yes, I love that. I love the idea of being intentional about what you take in. And then my tip is actually be intentional intentional with your words that you put out into the world. So very specifically, if you can in the morning, jot down your intention for the day. You could do this through journaling. As a writer, I love to journal. I do Julia Cameron's morning pages from The Artist's Way each morning. And so that helps me kind of do a brain dump and then also think clearly about what do I want this day to look like. And then if you like to do shorter writing or shorter intention setting, there are some great apps. You can use your phone. I use Insight Timer for meditation. And at the top of the Insight Timer app now, they have a really cool feature where you set your intention each day. And then it holds it as a widget at the top of your phone. And you see it every time you open your phone throughout the day. So it is a really helpful way, because we all pick up our phones a million times a day, that we can actually be reminded of the intention. So like today, my intention was to be curious. I'm out interviewing a client, exploring their job site. I love that I'm focused on being curious today. So if you set your intention for the day, that will help you move towards the direction of prosperity that you want to go towards.
Ah, that is fabulous. Super cool share on the widget thing. And I just love what they're doing with capabilities around our phones to help us. We're going to use them. So, there's certain people that maybe can do no phones for whatever reason for a period of time or what have you. But for those of us that do live with them because we need to for a whole variety of reasons, let's make them serve us. That's just fabulous. Super cool. All right. The fifth one then is using your free time to seek purpose. So Todd Langford, my husband, just found a really cool article. I'm sure he's posted on social. You can find it on his feed from Will I Am. So if you're not familiar with this gentleman, it's WILL.I.am. And I learned about him long time ago because he had a special program to help you identify music that you could work to. And this is using your free time to seek purpose, right? Here's what he says in the article. He works at his technological job. I'm not sure whether this is current that he's speaking of or past, but it really doesn't matter. He works at his technological job from 9 to 5, right? It's his day job. He does what he needs to do from 9 to 5. And then from 5 to 9, he worked on his passion job. Now, over time, that passion job turned into something amazing, and that's super cool. But he still maintains that time frame. He does his 9 to 5 day job, if you will, his 5 to 9 passion job. And I just thought it was so cool because unfortunately, I think our society went through a little bit of a bump there whereby we thought we could just get away with working a few hours a day and I don't know, something would save us. And if you want to be busting the scarcity mindset, that is a scarcity thought that needs to go out the door. We were put on this earth to serve. And so we want to be putting ourselves in a position to serve. Now, maybe you have a day job that does that, maybe not. Regardless, you'll do the day job because that's what you need to do. I remember Robert Kiyosaki long ago, please, please, please don't quit your day job while you go pursue the things that are important to you in the night. And, a day, night, whatever, they can transpose. It doesn't really matter. But using that free time to seek purpose or to build something that's yours. Dan Sullivan, my strategic coach buddies, got a letter out right now about the way to have a certain financial future in the future is not to have a corporate job. It's to have your own environment, your own entrepreneurial space. And I've spoken about entrepreneurial thinkers for years. You may not literally own a business, but being an entrepreneurial thinker, you can be the guy at Dairy Queen and be an entrepreneurial thinker. And I always work really hard when I walk into Dairy Queen. Like I literally am using that as a specific example because the people that are in our particular Dairy Queen are very, shall we say, not entrepreneurial. And it's really obvious. And so I try to be super grateful for them and just send them with all the love with a capital L that I can, divine love, God-given talent, Father, Mother, God. Let's see these people in all their capacity lifted up so they can serve when sometimes they're not. So it's a fun space to just try to apply that entrepreneurial thinking in. So, Kristen, as we wrap up and finish our party, some final thoughts from you.
Oh gosh. Just joy, sheer joy. I'm so grateful to you, Kim, for writing this book with me, for collaborating, for teaching me so much. I'm so excited that the world gets to read this now and benefit from it and grow and apply these principles and ideas. And we would love to hear your reviews. So if you have pre-ordered, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've helped us reach that top 10 in personal money management. And if you are just ordering today, it is available on Kindle. It will be in the future available in print as well as Audible. But today it's on Kindle, so we encourage you to go get it, read it, and then let us know in the reviews what you think. We would love to read your reviews. So that's it. I'm just super excited and partying over here, doing my happy dance.
Well, thank you again for your work in writing. Thanks to all the team at Prosperity Thinkers and Truth Concepts, where Todd Langford is, and Kristen is helping Todd work on some things too. We'll keep that quiet. Oh, wait, we're on live stream. Okay. So just love, love, love all the good work that you're doing as well in all of the people that you're helping. And for you, our listener, thank you so much, as Kristen said, for pre-ordering, for ordering. I would love to see your name on a review. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.